*042# from Monday, January 20th, 2025 and follow the SWEMA prompt to check your bill amount. SWEMA remains dedicated to ensuring that our streets and communities stay clean and hygienic, in line with the agency's mission of ensuring public health and environmental sustainability. Call us on 081 355 34440 for any clarifications, and also look out for the SWEMA flyers being distributed by the e-ticketing agents in your area. SWEMA, a cleaner tomorrow, today. Announcer Andre Gabar, Special Advisor to the Governor on Water and Waste Management.
Gọọmenti Abia steeti agbarụọla iru otu ndị bi na steeti ahụ si adọba ụgbọala ha na steeti ahụ. Ọṅụ jupụtara n'Enugu n'ihi ntọrapụ atọrapụrụ nwunye Sinetọ Ikekweremadu. Ị ga-anụkwa na atụmatụ ọgwụ mgbochi ụmụaka kpọrọ Big Catch-up amalitego. Ị nwere ike ịnweta anyị n'onyonyo YouTube Nta Enugu. Uhuruchi ọma nụ, Igbo bụ Igbo demedeme nke onye chiri ya zere. Abụ m Chikaọdịlị Chukwuọnụ. Ngwa gere akụkọ anyị ka ọra n'uju. Ndị na-ahụ maka ureure na steeti Enugu akpọrọ SWEMA n'aha ịchafụ agwala ma mee ka ọhaneze mata na ya bụ mkpocha na nzacha nke a na-eme na steeti a ga-adịkwa n'ụbọchị Satọde na-abịa abịa. Ha kwuru na onye ọbụla nọ na okirikiri Enugu steeti a ga-eke nkwụcha ka ọ ghara ịma n'ọnya ndị ọrụ ha. Gọọmenti na-arịọ ka ndị mmadụ donyere ha ukwu ịhụ na ya bụ mkpocha na nzacha gara nke ọma. Ya bụ mkpocha na nzacha ga-ebido ma ọ kụọ elekere 7 wee ruo n'elekere 10 n'ụtụtụ ụbọchị Satọde na-abịa abịa. Ndị ọrụ task force agbarụọla iru otu ndị mmadụ si adọba ụgbọala aghara aghara ka o si masị onye n'Abia steeti. Ngwa gere akụkọ a n'uju. Idebe ụgbọala aghara aghara na otu o si masị ndị nwe ha abụrụla oke nsogbu na-echere ndị bi n'ala Aba aka mgba. Ọ bụ ihe doro ewu na ọkụkọ anya na Aba bụ obodo ndị oji ego achụ ego na-anọ azụ ma na-erekwa ahịa ha. N'ihi nke a ka gọọmenti obodo ahụ foro ntutu tasị na a ga-ata onye ọbụla busara ụgbọala ya ebe ọ na-ekwesịghị ahụhụ iji hụ na ememira ya bụ ọnọdụ. Gọọmenti steeti ahụ zipụrụ ndị ọrụ nchekwa ga-ata onye ọbụla ga-adọba ụgbọala ya otu ọ na-ekwesịghị ahụhụ. Oriakụ Beatrice Ekweremadu bụ nwunye Sinetọ Ikekweremadu enwetala ntọrapụ site n'ụlọ mkpọrọ dị na mba ofesi. Ọ bụ ihe doro ewu na ọkụkọ anya na Sinetọ Ekweremadu n'onwe ya na nwunye ya nakwa onye dọkịnta bekee aha ya bụ Dọkịta Obinna Obeta ka a tụrụ mkpọrọ na mba UK n'ihi na eboro ha ebubo n'ọnwa Mee 2023. Ka ọ dị ugbu a, oke ọṅụ dị na be ha n'Enugu dị ka a na-atụkwa anya na di ya bụ Sinetọ Ikekweremmadụ ga-alọta n'oge na-adịghị anya. Gọọmenti etiti na-agba mbọ ịhụ na ụmụntakịrị niile nwetara ọgwụ mgbochi. Nke a pụtara ihe mgbe a na-eme ọgbakọ ọmụmụ maka ịgba ọgwụ mgbochi. Gere akụkọ a n'uju. Ọgwụ mgbochi bụ amụma na ụzọ esi azọ ndụ, bụrụkwanụ nke gọọmenti hibere iji hụ na ọrịa na-efe efe nke na-echere ụmụntakịrị aka mgba bụ ihe ememilara. Ụmụaka nọ n'agbata afọ 5 ka o kwuru na ha agbabeghị ya bụ ọgwụ mgbochi. Ụfọdụ bụ ndị gbakwaranụ ya bụ ọgwụ agbazughị ya ka o si kwesị. N'ime ka ọnọdụ a bụrụ akụkọ mgbe ochie, o kwuru mkpa ọ dị ịga n'ime ime obodo kọwara ndị mmadụ ọghọm na ọdachi agbaghị ọgwụ mgbochi na agbaghị chaa chaa na-ebute. N'ebe a ka anyị ga-apịachi n'ihe merenụ nke taa, mana tupu anyị apịachie, ka m ranye gị n'aka onye ọrụ anyị maka ịtapịara gị akụkọ ụwa n'asụsụ Bekee. Nọdụkwa ebe nụ.
On the news tonight, Abia State government begins enforcement against street trading and illegal parking. Reactions greet return of Senator Ikweremmadu's wife as she regains freedom. Plus, big catch-up campaign targets children. Remember, you can watch us live on our YouTube channel at Nta Enugu. Good evening and many thanks for joining us at the news at 7. I am Chika Ukore. The Enugu State Waste Management Authority, ESWAMA, wishes to inform the public that this month's cleanup exercise, which is the first for the year 2025, will hold on Saturday, 25th January 2025. Between the hours of 7 a.m. and 10 a.m., the authority states that movement of people and vehicles during the exercise is prohibited, except those on essential services who must provide a valid means of identification or ESWAMA official pass, as offenders will be arrested and prosecuted at the Environmental Mobile Court. The statement further says that all early morning sporting activities across the state, loading and offloading of passengers in motor parks, and other commercial activities should be suspended during the cleanup exercise. Meanwhile, the statement also revealed that authorities is informing the public that enforcement against illegal dumping of refuse anywhere within the metropolis and throwing of dirt out of a moving vehicle or tricycle has commenced. All offenders will be arrested and prosecuted at the ESWAMA Environmental Court. A harmonized task force set up by the Abia State government has begun a one-week enforcement against street trading and illicit parking to give the state a first leave. Ikechukwu Ndukwe brings us a situation report.
Aba, the commercial city, is faced with the problem of street trading, indiscriminate parking of vehicles, which has defaced the city and robbed her of intending tourists. Now, the state government, through its harmonized staff force, has embarked on a one-week operation zero tolerance to indiscriminate parking and street trading, with some perpetrators counting their losses. Dismantling of shanties used as shops, towing of vehicles parked on the road. Operations later turned violent, with security operators containing the situation.
They tip our battery, tip our rim. Please, I want these things moved before 12, before 4. Please, please, I'm for attacking our operatives.
The week-long enforcement is to pave way for some contractors whose operation could not continue due to activities of street traders, among others. Ikechukundukwe, Nta News.
A cross-section of Enugu residents have advocated citizen ownership of public infrastructure and increased awareness campaign as panacea to curb the prevalent violent destruction of public property. They were speaking on ways to combat the menace in Nigeria. Chimaroke Ugu is our guide.
The menace of vandalism has an adverse effect on the socio-economic development. Informed opinions say, if not curbed, can create insecurity, erode trust, social cohesion, as well as affect the quality of life of citizens.
Most of the government facilities are being taken away by these saboteurs, and it affects, infrastructures placed by previous governments. Some of these infrastructures, some of these facilities, when they were put in place, the costs were lesser than what we have now.
When the usage is not in line with the principles that those projects are being erected for, then you see that it's giving a negative return.
We are the ones that is being affected because these things are meant for us. Just like going to hospital to steal things from the hospital, or maybe electricity poles or solar-powered street lights.
It is in cognizance of these devastating effects that security agencies and residents of Enugu are calling on relevant authorities to step up awareness and assume ownership status.
So NSCDC has been able to put vandalism into check. We have a full-fledged department of vandalism, and we have men that are specifically assigned to checkmate any vandalized issues or cases of vandalism. There are men in charge of it.
Responsibility of maintenance of public infrastructure should be partly on the citizens and also partly on government.
Citizens taking ownership of government projects is very, very important, because when citizens take ownership of government property, they see it as their personal property, because whatsoever people don't see as their own, they hardly value it.
Feedback and response, feel the pulses of the people, know what they feel about this, know their reservations, so that when they know that this is our thing, this is part of us, we have these things so that it can serve us, it can serve its purpose on us, they can protect it, and they can make sure that this vandalization is stopped.
Providing security agencies with adequate information to track these vandals, stakeholders believe cannot be overemphasized. In Enugu, Chimaroke Ugu, Nta News.
We pause now for some commercials. Stay tuned.
Financial Services Regulation Coordinating Committee, FSRCC, in collaboration with the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, wishes to draw the attention of the public to the worrisome increase in the activities of illegal financial operators, IFOs, which threaten public trust and the stability of the Nigerian financial system. The FSRCC and NBC hereby advises the general public to refrain from dealing with unlicensed financial operators who deceive individuals with unrealistically high investment returns. Make sure to verify the licensing status of such companies and schemes on this website. To report any suspicions of illicit financial activities, call Let's work together to uphold the integrity of Nigeria's financial system. Announcer, FSRCC.
Moving on, wife of the former Deputy Senate President, Senator Mado, is back in Nigeria. Mrs. Beatrice Mado returned to Nigeria on Tuesday. It would be recalled that Senator Mado, the wife, and one doctor, Obinna Obete, were sentenced to prison by a UK court on May 5, 2023, for their alleged involvement in organ harvesting. The former Deputy Senate President, Senator Mado, was sentenced to 10 years imprisonment, while his wife was sentenced to 6 years. Report says the return of Mrs. Mado is being celebrated across Enugu State, with many praying for the speedy return of her husband, former Deputy Senate President Mado, back to Nigeria, the country, in the shortest period of time. Efforts are being intensified to ensure Nigeria meets the global mandate of leaving no child behind immunization and access to healthcare facilities. This was made known by stakeholders at a town hall meeting for the Big Catch-Up campaign, which targets children who have missed vaccination and never received immunization. Ramuta Abdullahi reports.
Immunization is a life-saving technique introduced by the government to protect children aged between 0 and 59 months from deadly diseases. However, stakeholders revealed that over 3 million children under the age of 5, spread across 200 local government areas in Nigeria, have never experienced immunization, while others may have started but did not complete their dose. To bridge this gap, the Big Catch-Up campaign was launched with a target of achieving 65% coverage.
FCT has 6 area council, as we call it, but where we are conducting this Big Catch-Up is in Kuje, Wale, Gwagwalada, and Buare. This is where we are going to look out for these children, that we have high number of children that was missed out and have not completed their routine immunization.
From 2019, we had a pandemic, COVID, that there was a lockdown. So many children were not vaccinated at that time. From 2019 to 2022, activities were down.
Stakeholders were urged to mobilize their community by reassuring them of the safety of vaccines and for them to discard misconceptions and myths around immunization.
If they want this program to succeed, they must involve the men everywhere. You know, in religion, there are some women you can't do on your own except with your husband's decision. So they should involve the husband everywhere.
By today's market women meeting, by next meeting Wednesday, I'm going to tell them that they are starting campaign very soon for the immunization. Bring your children, let them immunize them for their future.
The Big Catch-Up campaign will be conducted through regular routine immunization service delivery outreach. Ramatu Abdullahi, NTA News.
To end the news, a recap of top stories. A harmonized task force set up by the Abia State government has begun one-week enforcement against street trading and illegal parking. Senator Ekwerem Madu's country home in Enugu came alive when Beatrice's wife returned after regaining freedom in UK. You also heard that efforts are being intensified to ensure Nigeria meets the global mandate of leaving no child behind in immunization and access to healthcare facilities. That's the news. Thanks for watching and good night.
The Enugu State Waste Management Agency (ESWEMAN) hereby announces to all commercial and residential property owners and occupants in Enugu State that the enforcement of all unpaid 2023 and 2024 ESWEMAN sanitation fee has fully commenced. Payment for the outstanding shall be collected by the ESWEMAN e-ticketing agent assigned to your area, who will also provide you with information on your property ID and bill details. Once payment is vended, you can dial star 8011 star 042 hash to confirm payment. Payment must be made only into an ENSG e-ticket collection account to be presented by the e-ticketing agent for use. No cash payment or payment into a personal account should be made under any circumstance. Please check the ESWEMA website www.eswema.net for your electronic bill and the amount outstanding, or dial star 8011 star 042 hash from Monday, January 20th, 2025 and follow the ESWEMA prompt to check your bill amount. ESWEMA remains dedicated to ensuring that our streets and communities stay clean and hygienic, in line with the agency's mission of ensuring public health and environmental sustainability. Call us on 081 355 34440 for any clarifications, and also look out for the ESWEMA flyers being distributed by the e-ticketing agents in your area. ESWEMA, a cleaner tomorrow, today. Announcer Andre Gabar, Special Advisor to the Governor on Water and Waste Management.
The preservation of our enabling cultural practices is a matter that the government is desirous to give proper attention and regulation. The Chieftaincy Institution in Enugu State has been established as a veritable medium to showcase our rich cultural values to the world. Henceforth, all the traditional rulers proposing to confer honorary chieftaincy titles on any individual should, as a matter of necessity, submit the names, addresses, and detailed curriculum vitae or citation of the individuals to the office of the Ministry of Local Government, Rural Development and Chieftaincy Affairs for screening 1 month before the conferment ceremony. This will enable the government to run a due diligence check, conduct and security profiling of the individuals in question. Written clearance of the awardees must be obtained for the conferment of any title. All traditional rulers should please take note, as any breach will be taken as a serious affront to the state. This will put the offender at the risk of losing his staff of office. Signed, Dikin Oke Obodo, Honorable Commissioner, Ministry of Local Government, Rural Development and Chieftaincy Affairs.